Alright guys, I'm making this video on the way to school. For whoever joins, they join. If you don't join, then sorry. I didn't get to interact with you. But I'm gonna start talking about what I need to talk about, and I'm not waiting on people to get here because I got about maybe 5 to 10 minutes of time because I'm already gonna be late. So with that being said, you read the title and you can sit here and tell me all you want, all this jibber jabbish or whatever. Here's where I stand on the whole Dennis Allen situation. Obviously, and let's get first thing first out the way. This guy is obviously incompetent of being an NFL head coach. He doesn't have the mannerism. He doesn't have the balls. He doesn't have the demeanor. He doesn't know how to lead a group of men. It's clear and obvious. It's been that way for every single year he's tried to head coach. There's no debate about it. This guy is not a head coach. With that being said, for everybody calling for him to be fired, and I was one of them, trust me, I was one of them. I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't. However, I'm going to rephrase what I said. I'm going to come back and eat my words on what I said. I don't know if we should necessarily fire Dennis Allen, but I do believe that we should demote him. And for those who don't know what that means that he wouldn't be off the staff. He'd still be a part of the coaching staff. He'd just be simply back to our defensive coordinator where he was successful. That's what I mean by demoting him. You take away the privilege of him leading the entire team, and you just stick to him leading the defense. That's where I'm at with that. So, I don't believe that he should be fired. I think he should just be demoted because he's not a bad defensive coordinator. I actually would love him to stay around as our defensive coordinator. If he focuses simply on the defense, I think that he can make some things happen. I really do. I think that his schemes are good enough to where our defense can be top notch. I really do. But as a head coach, I do not believe that he is fit. I think that ship has sailed. And if Dennis Allen were to be demoted and say to himself, well, I don't want to be demoted, I want to get a head coaching job somewhere else, sorry, buddy, I think that ship has sailed. I think everybody in the NFL is watching the Saints and seeing the job that you're doing and realizing, okay, this guy's never going to be a head coach. So for even the teams that are desperate in need of a head coach after this year, which will be one of them, they will still not want to pursue in Dennis Allen because of his resume. He has no resume. He has no winning resume. It's been nothing but taking L's. That's literally what it's been for Dennis Allen as a head coach. So if I were Dennis Allen, I would take what I can get. I wouldn't be too choosy and greedy about what I can get. I would take the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator job back. So that's where I stand with the situation with Dennis Allen. You can tell me, nah, I want him off the team completely, yada yada. I think that's retarded. I don't think he needs to be off the staff. I think he just needs to be not our head coach. That's all. So with that being said, that's my opinion on the situation. And there are also some underlying reasons to why, not only to why we're losing, but to why Dennis Allen was made the head coach in the first place. Sean Payton left the Saints on a very short time notice, and I don't think that anybody was really prepared for that move. And with the cap situation and all the players and people that we had to pay or whatnot, and try to adjust and get above the cap or get below the cap or whatever the term is to get to where we have money to spend in the cap situation. The head coaching, paying a head coach is a part of that. For all of you who did not know, the salary cap includes not only player salaries but head coach. So for anybody that didn't know that, now you do. So with that being said, I think the New Orleans Saints were kind of just like, hey, Dennis, and I think Mickey Loomis and the upper management talked to Dennis Allen about this. Hey, Dennis, man, we're thinking about just, experimenting this year and making you the head coach and seeing how it goes. Are you down for this situation? You'd be making a few $100,000 extra. How do you feel about this situation? And Dennis Allen probably said, yeah, I think I would like an opportunity. I'd like to see what I can do. And I think that's, to me, ultimately how the whole situation went down. I don't think the Saints had not only did they not have the money or effort to make cap room to go and find a new head coach, I don't think they had much of a plan. I don't think they had much of an idea of who they really wanted to lead the team. So they settled and said, the next man up, Dennis Allen. You want to be the coach? You've had coaching experience. Maybe this will be the time that you succeed with a talented team. And Dennis Allen probably, without hesitation, said, yeah, I'd like an opportunity. And I think that's how all of this came to be. So for all the people that are calling for Dennis Allen to be fired and all that shit, listen, I get the frustration, and I was one of them. I'm saying that I was one of them, but I'm asking you guys to consider or reconsider and think about this whole situation logically, like I have. Dennis Allen really did not expect this to be in this situation. Dennis Allen didn't expect to be a head coach. So I think that what is ultimately going to happen, and Dennis Allen would of course have to agree to this, which I think after this season, after doing what he's done this year, I don't think there's any doubt that Dennis Allen understands, okay, I'm just not fit to be a head coach in the NFL. I'm just going to take whatever job I can get, and the Saints' defensive job would probably be the best for him. I think Dennis Allen will gladly take that defensive coordinator job back and just stick to DC. And if he didn't, then he'd be absolutely fucking stupid. You're in a situation where you have players that you know, and a scheme that you know that you've stuck with for 6, almost 7 years now. I mean, I don't see why you'd go elsewhere and start new. I just don't. So Dennis Allen would be an idiot not to just, because he's not going to be the head coach next year. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. He's not going to be the head coach of the New Orleans Saints next year. I think the best thing for him would be to take demotion and stick to being our defensive coordinator. So that's my opinion on that, and I think that's ultimately what's going to happen. So that being said, guys, that's my opinion. Snakebite, I don't know. I don't quite know how I feel about that. Frank Reich, I could see it improving, but I don't know. I don't know enough. He hasn't really done much with Indianapolis, to be quite honest. He's won a playoff game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I'm sold on Frank Reich. But if it's the best thing out there, then I think that's probably something we got to consider. So we'll see how it shakes out, guys. That being said, I'm out. Peace.